Are you a business owner or entrepreneur looking to take your business skills to the next level? Then you're in the right place. Welcome to the Enterprise Now Show. Prepare to be inspired, motivated, and transformed. And now, your host, Elzie Flenard.
In this episode, I talk with Steve Smith of GrowthSource Coaching. Steve instructs business clients worldwide and has served over 400 to date. His specialties in leadership, management, and marketing make him an ideal coach to help professionals prepare to become world-class business owners or company executives. We discuss how to pay attention for opportunities to make money. We learn about how to find solutions in the market and how to get clear about life and your business. Now, I know that you're successful, and you kind of you gave us some hints on how you got that way. But what are your top 3 keys to success?
3 things I would say is, number 1, take whatever time you need to get really clear in your own head about what you want and what you're willing to do to get it. Many, many people that I've worked with over the years have these kind of notions and maybe kind of a foggy, picture about where they're going or what they would like, but they never get clear enough to be able to say, I'm willing to invest and risk X amount of dollars, time, effort, resources, whatever, because it means that much for me to get it. You have to be that resolute in your own thinking if you're going to start a business. Or even get into a new industry. Let's say the industry you're in now is just kind of imploding, and there's not much opportunity. You want to go and do a whole course correction in your career and go into a new industry. You've really got to get your head ready to play the game before you get into it. So that's number 1. Number 2, recognize that every person you come in contact is a potential resource that you can learn from. If I look back over my career and I look at some of the things I'm doing today, in some cases, I realized I actually learned how to do this 20 or 30 years ago in a completely different job. But because I focused on what it was I was learning and how I could apply it and how I could make it a regular part of my operation, you just bring it back. It's like going into the archives of your computer and bringing out an old file. So everybody you run into, you can learn something from. You can learn, gee, I would love to be able to do that myself, so I'm going to figure out how they do it. Or you could say, gee, that's not a quality I want myself, so now I got to figure out how to avoid that. So the first thing is get really clear. The second thing is learn from everybody. And the third thing is, and this is, as part of my leadership coaching, this comes up, develop a servant leadership attitude. Because if people recognize that you truly are interested in them and you're willing to do things to help them along, the payback is endless. People just love to help folks that have extended help to them or done things for them that have allowed them to move a couple of notches, forward in their own path. So if you start thinking of it from, it's not what I get out of it, but it's how much I can offer to other folks that's of value to them. That in your networking circles, your community, your church, wherever you go on a regular basis, you will be known as somebody of high value and high integrity. And that is a brand that nobody can compete with.